Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be unboxing and setting up a Balsam Fir flip tree. This is the 7.5-foot model. So the nice thing about this is that big, large base piece is able to roll on 4 rolling wheels, so that made getting this out very easy. First thing is to lock the wheels on the bottom. You can just push down on the lever on each of the 4 wheels. Inside a flap on the upper portion of the tree, you'll have a pamphlet that shows you the assembly and care instructions. Here's the storage bag, which is just attached to the bottom section of the tree by these clips. There's a bunch of spare parts in that bag. The first thing is 2 sets of gloves to fluff the tree, a spare caster wheel for the base, remote control, 2 boxes of replacement bulbs. Looks like a bulb removal tool of sorts, some extra hinge pins, washers, and an Allen key, as well as another set of instructions. Now from the back side of the tree here, we're going to remove these belt clips, and then we'll pull back the Velcro. We're going to press the foot pedal on the same side as the stand bar, which is on the back, to release the tree from the locked position. Here, like that, to release the tree. While pressing on that foot pedal, we're going to pull the tree around and into the upright position. Like that, it clicks in place, and then the branches will flatten out like that. Now we'll take out the upper part of the tree from the bag that it came in. Remove this styrofoam base. Before we put in the upper part of the tree, make note of this metal knob here and the arrow for aligning the upper part of the tree with this knob so that the plugs are attached properly. That corresponds with this arrow here and this notch on the bottom portion of the upper part of the tree. Get those 2 pieces of the tree together, lining up those arrows. I'm going to fold down some of the branches before we plug it in. Now we'll plug the tree in and test out the lights. Here's the tree with the color and the white lights on in the fully most bright setting. Switch it to just the color lights, and now to the clear lights only, and then back to the color plus clear or off. You can also dim the lights on the tree in stages or steps, and then back up to full brightness. Now we'll put on the gloves they gave us and fluff some of these branches just so we can see how full the tree looks. So I'll work my way around the tree, bending some of the branches upwards and some low, as well as out to fan these around. One tip for fluffing up the tree here, you lift up branches above the branch you're working on, and you'll notice in the back here there's some less detailed branches, but they're more for filler, and so you can spread those out and lift those up and down to fill in the gaps, and then work your way forward. Then you can work your way up and do the same thing on the branch above it, and then go around the tree. Here's a bit more of a close-up as we walk around the front of the tree. There's a lot of fullness to the tree itself. We could obviously do some more, but just for the purposes of this video, you'll see that there's some, maybe a little bit of unevenness with some of the lighting, like here, for example. But I think that with some creative fluffing and possibly also turning of branches around so that you get the lights on a different side of the branch, you can bring over a light or put something in to fill in some of that unevenness. But you can manipulate them and kind of do a little bit to get them the way you want. And here's the tree with the room lights dimmed about halfway, so you can see the tree in a different lighting condition. I'll cycle through the different light options here to show you how they look. On balance, I'm happy with this. I think it looks pretty full, and the distribution of the lights may be a little bit uneven, but I think some careful manipulation of the branches can account for that. So it was pretty easy to set up, and it looks really great. Let's see how easy it is to take it apart and put it away. For the disassembly now, we're going to take off the tree top after we unplugged the tree. So I'm just going to reach in where we inserted it here and lift off the tree top. And we're going to insert it back into the bag with the bottom pole side at the bottom of the bag with the clear plastic liner. And I'll compress and fold this in a bit first. Rotate it, and then just keep pressing down. After we remove the tree top, it says we have to press the foot pedal that's on the side of the tree without the bar to unlock the tree. And then we're going to flip the tree base towards us, and that's going to start the process of inverting the tree. So that foot pedal is right here. It's on the opposite side of the tree base from the one we used to set the tree up. Pressing on that pedal, I'm going to pull the tree towards me. Now you might have to separate some of the branches at the bottom on the inside to get this to sort of click into place so that you're not able to flip it back up unless you press the other foot pedal. And from this position, we'll just walk around and I'll gently compress each of the branches, try to bring in the diameter of this. Now we'll take the large bag and we'll throw this around like a coat. Now on the bottom, there's some elastic, so I had to make sure it wasn't catching on anything to bring that around, and then squeeze in the side flaps like this. Now we can pull it to Velcro it in place. Across like that. Take the straps, come across, and then we can tighten down to achieve the compression that you want for storage. And just tuck your straps in. We can put everything back in the storage bag and flip it to the back of the tree bag. Overall, I think taking that tree down was a lot easier than older style artificial trees. And I like the fact that you can strap in and use that to compress the bag for the inverted base portion of the tree. Having this other storage bag for the upper portion of the tree is also helpful, especially because you can contain it and then gently further compress it. And then of course, the nice thing about this is you're still on wheels, so you can take off the locks on the bottom and then push this thing into a closet or a storage area. But of course, even though you can still wheel this around, keep in mind this portion is really heavy. So ideally you can put this in a closet or a storage area on the same floor that you're going to set up the tree for the holidays. But having it on wheels like this, making it movable, is a huge help. I hope that helped you, and thanks very much for watching.